News has it, the terrifying Supreme Court just changed the Second Amendment. Let's find out why. In August 2019, Dayton, Ohio endured a heartbreaking event after a violent gunman caused a loss of life and injury. Tragedy spotlighted long-standing disagreements regarding appropriate legislative action concerning guns, resulting in increased calls for lawful responsibility and enforced rules. Following this tragic event, the Supreme Court was compelled to change Second Amendment instantly. Basically, what happens was that plaintiffs' families sued the Korean business Kim Chung-gindu's and KCI USA, claiming that the defendants were negligent about the shooter's high-capacity magazine use. Addressing crucial concerns regarding the duties of firearm producers and limits of the PLCAA, this legal action sparked debate. Gun violence's brutal effects were made all too clear by the shooting in Dayton, serving as a jarring reminder. Within a vibrant neighborhood renowned for its lively entertainment options, the shooting spree claimed multiple lives and severely affected many more. Although law enforcement acted rapidly to quell the situation, the aftermath has fostered a broader conversation on gun violence prevention, mental health concerns, and communal welfare initiatives. Afterward, the Dayton inhabitants cohered to eulogize those who passed away, assist those left behind, and calm the suffering multitude. Reviving a long-standing discussion, the event sparked arguments over stronger gun laws and expanded access to counseling programs. Identifying precursors and subsequent action were crucial steps to avoid more severe consequences. Employing novel legal tactics, the kinfolk of the casualties brought forth a claim against Kyung Chang Industry and KCI USA, focusing on the large-capacity gun mags connected to the disaster. Unlike other legal actions directed towards makers of guns collectively, this innovative strategy shifted concentration onto individual firearm producers instead. Plaintiffs claim KCI's improper conduct in producing, selling, and promoting these mags allowed the assailant to wreak additional havoc. By safeguarding them from liability related to third parties' unlawful actions, the PLCAA protects weapons companies. In contrast, the families claimed that these magazines possess qualities unlike those of weapons and deserve different protection standards. The crux of this debate centers around the designation of these publications as integral pieces of firearms. Taking an unforeseen path forward, KCI's case witnessed the deployment of protective legislation. Consistent with the law's objective but confronted by the difficulties below, this position encountered legal hurdles. This dispute revolved around determining whether magazine pieces were entitled to the shield of PLCIA immunity. In opposition to KCI's stance, the lower courts denied magazine coverage under the PLCAA. Understanding the significant consequences, KCI sought Supreme Court intervention regarding the lower court rulings. The potential exists for the Supreme Court's decision to transform the judicial environment concerning weapon laws and the PLCAA. How significant could this ruling be in upcoming instances where weapon makers and add-ons face charges? Similar events elsewhere in America motivated President Biden's administration to urgently address the need for stricter firearm regulations following the Dayton disaster. These proposals entail bolstered background screenings, plugging holes in gun trading processes, and tackling the prevalence of large magazine capacities. Despite the proposed changes gaining traction, they faced fierce opposition and hurdles from those defending Second Amendment privileges, a provision generating prolonged discussion regarding individual firearm privileges. The United States Second Amendment demands continuous examination through legal frameworks. The Supreme Court's PLCAA verdict has reignited conversations on striking a fair balance among gun ownership, community security, and regulatory responsibility. Of immense consequence to the firearms sector and constitutional rights, this choice incites contrasting emotions countrywide. At the core of this judgment resides the PLCAA, a federal statute established to shield arms makers and sellers from legal jeopardy. A vital aspect of the PLCAA is providing legal cover for organizations subject to harmful consumer acts involving their merchandise, to safeguard businesses against financial devastation and legal entanglements, thus promoting the steadiness and anticipated nature of the arms sector. In pursuit of harmonious interstate commerce, the PLCAA promotes unified accountability guidelines throughout states. Advocates stress the need to guard the Second Amendment by safeguarding the interests of the firearm industry through the PLCAA. They argue that the law ensures responsible individuals' duty and spares producers and retailers from disproportionate legal load. Advocates argue that by concentrating on the offenders, PLCAA protects the integrity of America's gun marketplace while honoring her citizens' constitutional privileges. While some support the PLCAA for its comprehensive protection of the firearm industry, others disagree, contending that its provisions enable unscrupulous behavior with impunity. Opponents claim that granting this level of immunity enables companies and retailers to evade accountability for firearm-connected issues. A growing number of objections, centering on concerns about equal legal protections and limited victim access to courts, have surfaced regarding the PLCAA. Gun rights supporters assert that tracing blame back to arms manufacturers would result in undesirable results. Critics claim that implementation would result in more significant financial burdens, limitations on gun ownership, and an unjustified allocation of blame toward responsible citizens. They maintain that accountability rests with the individual, not just the producer. By prioritizing compliance with firearm rules and expanding legal remedies, proponents aim to curtail criminal activity. According to them, attending to broad answers like mental wellness concerns and society's contribution to aggression provides far superior results than singling out makers. These individuals also stress the importance of avoiding responsibility for weapon producers, stating that doing so might curtail creativity, slow industrial expansion, and ultimately undermine general financial improvement. Despite the ongoing discussion, consensus exists regarding crucial processes and regulatory scrutiny of the gun-making sector. By integrating these universal security precautions, businesses can ensure long-term stability and growth. Measures are implemented to protect against accidental incidents while upholding product excellence, conformity with laws, and secure gun storage practices. Multiple legal directives guide the firearms sector, reinforcing adherence's significance. Leading legal measures like the Gun Control and BRADY Act outline best practices for gun making, distribution, and background screenings. Besides federal restrictions, some regions may enact more stringent weapons legislation for improved protection and duty monitoring. Firearm control changes have long divided opinions among Americans. Shifts in this area will undoubtedly trigger powerful aftershocks throughout U.S. society and politics. Recent advancements in the legal and administrative spheres have sparked heated debates regarding the shifting nature of Second Amendment privileges, alongside the Biden administration's dedication towards progress. In institutions ranging from the Supreme Court to the White House, America faces challenges reconciling security needs with constitutionally mandated freedoms. By focusing on gun control, the Biden administration has implemented various essential actions to manage the challenges associated with firearm laws effectively. President Biden works towards a solution that addresses the whole spectrum of concerns by addressing different components of the issue through his directives. In addition, the administration mandates strict guidelines for federal firearm licensees, alongside enhanced ballistics information submissions to lower gun violence rates. Additionally, President Biden signed the Bipartisan Safer Communities Act, advancing the administration's agenda. Enhancing background screenings and funding mental wellness and school security projects, this statute takes action. With this united front against gun violence, we hope to overcome its varied obstacles and create safer communities nationwide. While progress has stalled on this front, a vocal detractor base is resistant to the president's gun control measures. Detractors worry about restrictions on Second Amendment rights. They also wonder if the suggested changes could significantly reduce gun-related incidents. Amidst these debates, lingering worries about government intrusion and individual rights threaten stability. In this dialogue, mental health gains prominent mention, leading some speakers to stress tackling related concerns before tightening gun laws. Enhanced by vocal proponents like the NRA, resistance against gun reform remains prevalent. Furthermore, a highly divisive political environment significantly hinders agreement on this controversial matter. Ohio's Dayton catastrophe underscores the importance of tighter gun restrictions. Proponents of stringent gun control argue for detailed backdrop examinations, restrictive capability constraints, and expanded community resource availability. These initiatives hold great importance in addressing gun violence while ensuring public security. These steps' full impact depends on resolving factors leading to violence. To effectively combat violence, our focus needs to extend beyond mere weapon regulation and encompass a holistic vision for social welfare. The recently announced Supreme Court verdict about the PLCAA is vital to the discussion. This legislation provides critical cover for firearms companies. As such, the PLCAA significantly impacts the industry. Under this legislation, markets gain stability alongside an unshakable foundation grounded in the Second Amendment. Firearm producers enjoy a respite from the recurring danger of monetary collapse and judicial challenges with this defense mechanism. The debate over gun control has brought into focus divergent opinions regarding holding manufacturers responsible for individual actions. These battles highlight the possibility of alterations to existing gun legislation, while simultaneously inspiring companies to embrace safety measures and work towards a more secure environment for firearms. On the one hand, supporters assert that the PLCAA embodies the spirit of the Second Amendment by fostering consistency across the firearm marketplace. Yet critics counter that this legislation grants immunity from essential liabilities. By shifting attention towards culpable parties, pro-gun campaigners prioritize personal accountability. In light of current events, maintaining crucial safety measures, regulatory oversight, and compliance with established laws has become essential to safeguard firearm freedoms and public security. Subscribe to this channel for more shocking news. As America continues on this complex path regarding firearm regulation, it reaches a critical junction. The ongoing debate surrounding policy gets shaped by three fundamental forces: Supreme Court precedent, executive branch actions, and dynamic stakeholders who voice divergent viewpoints. The ongoing tussle revolves around the continued importance of the Second Amendment, which challenges lawmakers to navigate a fragile middle ground amidst defending constitutional privileges, promoting community safety, and advancing general prosperity. Although obstacles lie ahead, forthcoming dialogues and resolutions hold immense significance in shaping future national policies regarding firearm controls. Click on the video links popping up for latest gun control-related decisions from the Supreme Court.